right, well, I'm already enjoying the Monterey Cruise In. That's right. I'm greeted by an XK150 right behind me. Beautiful, different lines than the 120 and the 140, you know what I mean? But it's great that we got a couple of Mini Coopers. Let's see what else.
Correct. Like today I surfaced for a half hour trying to talk.
Oh, right.
What's the money?
Look at this. I love McLaren's. Look.
Alright, so behind me we have a nice little TR4 example. This was Triumph's first kind of step into this design. This was done by Giovanni Michelodi, and it would kind of shape and inspire the rest of the TR series for the most part, except for the TR7. Got a nice little string of very beautiful 240Zs.
I'm one of those.
Oh, I was on selfie mode, but I almost gotcha. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say. Now, Mr. K basically had to beg Nissan. He knew there was going to be a sports car market in the US for the Z, or Fair Lady, should I say. And Mr. K begged, and they said, okay, but we're not going to put it under the Nissan name. We're going to call it Datsun. Until they were sure of its success, and then they went ahead and owned it. Lovely TR3 behind me. I feel like I took a photo in this like in 2019. But anyways, the Triumph TR series started off quite bumpy. They tried with the Triumph Roadster, which wasn't really hit, a little bit funky. Then they hit up what would be the TR1. And Ken Richardson said in that test drive that it felt like a poorly performing death box. I kid you not. Then the TR, they fixed some things up, got the TR2, and then voila, the TR3, which I feel like the TR3 is also when they got exterior door handles. And you can see that right there. There's another TR3 over here. And then, so like you would see, I already showed you the TR4, you can see how much of a serious design leap from the TR3 to the TR4 that was. So just in my earlier visit to the Avenue, or the concours on the Avenue, there was an Americana LaFrance, or American LaFrance fire engine. Except they had steampunked it out and it was way different, but yeah, interesting to compare the two.
don't know what.
This is quite nice. We have the 120, 140, and the 150, and you can really tell the difference in lines between the 120 and 140, and then the 150 right there. Now, like I always like to tell everybody, the XK120 almost wasn't a thing. That's right. William Lyons was just trying to put his inline six engine, the XK engine that he had been working on during the war, which that's what's powering all three of these. The 120 came first, and then the successor was 140, and then 150. And all of them have that inline six engine. That engine was used for, like, I think it even made it into some 80s models. I don't know, my memory might be off. Pretty cool. The Lotus Salon. Everybody loves it. Now, interesting thing about the designer who did the Lotus Salon, like all four of them, and then the Europa, and then another one. I think I got that right. Anyways, his name was Ron Hickman. And the interesting thing about him is he is super duper rich because he did the patent on the Black & Decker Workmate. It's a Workmate. You probably have that in your garage somewhere. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. I know my mom has one, my brother has one, not even out of the package. The Black & Decker Workmate. Same guy that designed the Lotus Elan. I really appreciate that there's a Miata and an MGB right next door to each other, okay? Now, the design team that put together the Miata, which is a very beloved sports car, let me tell you. The numbers on it winning, like car and driver specs, I don't know. Anyway, so why that was so interesting is because the design team that put the Miata together, you know what they did? Well, they bought themselves an MGB, tore it down, built it back up. So clearly the MGB was an inspiration. Also, I can't help it, Jinba Itai, which is the motto for the Miata, which means rider and horse as one.